Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I will say, rightfully so, the majority of the attention on the stage is with the Speaker of the Knesset. Now, I will say, we have a new, the Speaker's taking pictures. He doesn't hear what I'm saying right now. We have a new Speaker of the House coming up in January here in the States. Her name is Nancy Pelosi. Yuli, any chance we could recruit you to be our Speaker of the House? I got a thumbs up. We have a chance.
Now,
it would be an upgrade.
Sir,
thank you very much for your service and for that speech. It was fantastic.
Both introduce, but more importantly,
Mr. Eugene,
give an award to
Gluck, thank you so much for everything you've done.
Congressman Chris Smith.
It is my honor to be here,
let me say a word or two.
listening to you speak,
I've not met the Congressman
reading the booklet,
until this evening,
watching the
even though,
videos,
as I
understanding what you've done at
I'm a
Bethel.
constituent,
It is
so
an
all
absolute
grievances
honor
will be heading in your direction
to be
soon.
here. God bless you.
But I know his reputation. I know where he comes
He says he
from.
watches
I know what he
us on
believes.
television every once in a while.
First
Thank you
elected
very
in
much.
1981. He's
And
a
I
man
want
who went
to wish
Congress, and as I
everyone
said
here
about Lee
a
Zeldin,
happy and blessed
Lee's
Hanukkah.
done it right for a couple of terms.
I love it.
Chris Smith has
I've
got
always
it
been a
right
fan of
for
the
more
underdog,
terms
the
than
idea
I
of the
can
victory
count.
of the few over the many.
This is a guy who we heard
The
from
victory of the
Zuli
light
Elson,
over the
himself a
dark.
Jew
And
in
on the front of the
former
podium
Soviet
here,
Republic.
it talks about
Chris
the
Smith
American
helped
friends of
many
Bethel.
Jews get out of Russia,
I
including
would like to
the
upgrade
current
that.
speaker.
I would like to say
He was
that I would like
committed
to consider
when he
myself
first
an
came to
American
Congress to
brother
that cause.
or an American
A cause
sister
that I will say,
of Bethel.
think about it. 1981, 1982, 1983.
Because of my brother and my
Not
good
a
friend,
cause
Dr.
that
Joe
many
Frager.
people in Washington,
Give him a round of
DC
applause.
focused on. But the congressman went there, listened
I
to
had
his
the opportunity to walk the
constituents,
grounds
understand
of
his true
Bethel
heart,
just
his commitment
earlier this year.
to the Jewish people
To
in the
see
state
for
of
myself
Israel,
with my own
and
eyes
fought
and
to
walk
help
with my own feet on those hallowed
those men and
grounds.
women in Russia who had
To
no
walk-
other option but to get to their
These are
homeland.
not settlements.
It's an amazing
This is the land of
commitment and
Israel
an amazing testament to a man.
for the Jewish people.
Because it's easy to pick the politically expedient issue of your day.
This is
and
the
champion
future
it,
in Judea and Samaria
or
and
pick the
Jerusalem
politically
of the land of
convenient
Israel. And
issue
to watch
of your
these
day
young men.
and fight for it.
I
to go
was
to
talking
Congress
to
and
Joe
fight for something
before I
difficult
came up here. I said, is it
that won't
fair
bring
to
you
compare
headlines,
this to sort of
but
a
will bring you
West
headlines in
Point
the
or
ledger
a
of
private
eternity?
West Point
Speaks
in Israel?
to,
And West
the
Point, of course,
character
the
of a man. I
famous
also wanna say,
military
as a veteran
academy where
myself,
the
as
U.S.
we talked
military
about,
trains its young
Chris
men
Smith
to
has
fight
been-
in the
we have
U.S.
no
Army.
better
In many
friend
ways,
in
it
the
is
House
the
of
same.
Representatives.
For
America's
God
veterans have no better
and for
friend
country.
than Congressman
That is what
Chris Smith.
Bethel
We
represents.
fought from day one there to make sure that we honor the promise to America's veterans.
Being there,
in the
seeing
halls
it,
of Congress.
watching it, the courage, the strength, the vision, the
He
fortitude,
has fought
the commitment
for the
to
state of
God,
Israel.
the commitment to faith, the commitment to
He has
country.
fought
It
against
reignites in your soul
more
the
than
belief in the
anyone
human
else
spirit,
on Capitol Hill.
a belief in the Jewish
Anti-Semitism.
people,
He co-chairs
a
the
belief in the land
bipartisan
of
task
Israel,
force for combating
a belief in the land of the
anti-Semitism
Bible.
to
You
this
know, I'm
day.
a
6
a
laws,
Baptist Christian
bills,
boy
and
from
resolutions
Minnesota.
Passed because
You're
of the
adopting me.
9 hearings combating
And when I grew up, I went to a basketball camp at a university called Bethel University.
Movement as much as I can. He has
And I
used
didn't
his
realize it
platform
at the
to
time
fight
until
that
I walked
every
at
day on
Bethel.
Capitol Hill. He chairs
And I turned to
the
my
Human
friend
Rights
Joe Frager
Subcommittee.
and I said,
Human Rights
I'm not a very
Subcommittee
smart
is a
guy.
joke.
It took me this
It's
long to
actually
realize
anti-Semitic.
that Bethel is
The Human
Bethel.
Rights Subcommittee at Capitol Hill, chaired by Chris
But it
Smith,
is
fights for the state of Israel.
House of God.
It is my honor
And I understand
tonight
and
to
connect
bestow the
historically
Bethel
to that
Congressional
place,
Friend of Israel
to the
Award
significance
to
of that
Congressman
place,
Chris Smith for
to the
outstanding
ancestry,
leadership
to the
and
heritage,
Israel
to the
advocacy
faith of the
tonight.
Judeo-Christian
Congressman Chris
values
Smith.
that we all believe in and we all invest in. That's why I am so committed to this cause, to the cause of the Jewish people, to the cause of the land of Israel, and so honored to be here tonight, sir. Thank you very much. We will never change. And thank God we have a President of the United States who feels the same way. And I will tell you, before I close and introduce the next couple of speakers, I'm going to have the opportunity this week. I leave on Tuesday night to go to Israel, and it is the 1-year anniversary this week of when Donald Trump and America announced the moving of the embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. And I have the honor for Fox News Channel to be exclusively covering that and making sure the American people understand what a historic landmark that truly is. So without further ado, I get the opportunity to introduce two great Americans, two members of the House of Representatives, one of which I have been a friend of for quite some time, and one of which I am a constituent of currently. The first is Lee Zeldin, Congressman from Suffolk County on Long Island. You know him and you love him. I got to know him over a decade ago. You know of his staunch support for Israel. He's called Israel America's greatest ally, and he's right. But before he was a member of Congress, he wore the uniform of the United States of America in combat. He served in Iraq with the 82nd Airborne. And he's one of those guys, he's one of two Jewish Republicans in the House of Representatives. You can clap for that. And he's one of these guys, and I'm going to say the same thing about the second gentleman I get the chance to introduce, but who went to Washington and never changed his stripes, knew what he believed in, and fought for it and still fights for it to this day. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Lee Zeldin to the podium.